Is evil inherent in human nature, or is it a learned behavior? A thought-provoking query, isn't it? Welcome, dear listeners, to an exploration that treads into the gray areas of human psychology. Today, we delve into the crux of a timeless question: the nature of evil. Evil. The term itself elicits a myriad of images, doesn't it? For some, it might conjure up visions of mythical monsters and villains from folklore, while for others, it could bring to mind the unsettling reality of crimes that punctuate our daily news. In its broadest sense, evil is considered a profound immorality. However, the interpretation of what constitutes evil varies widely across different cultures, societies, and individual belief systems. Is evil the absence of good, or is it a force in its own right? The answers to these questions have been the subject of debate for centuries. Now let's touch upon its prevalence in human behavior. Human beings, as complex as we are, possess the ability to exhibit a wide range of behaviors, from the exceptionally benevolent to the deeply malevolent. This spectrum of behaviors, interestingly, exists within each one of us. But what triggers certain individuals to veer towards the darker side of this spectrum? Is it a predisposition etched into our genes? Or does it spring from the experiences we encounter and the environments we inhabit? Could it be a combination of both, a complex interplay of nature and nurture? The field of psychology has strived to unravel this enigma, offering several theories that attempt to explain why some people exhibit evil behaviors. From the depths of the human subconscious to the influence of societal norms and structures, these theories span a broad spectrum. As we embark on this journey, remember, understanding the nature of evil is not about justifying or excusing harmful behaviors. It's about gaining insight into the complexities of human behavior with the hope that this understanding can contribute to a more empathetic and compassionate society. Now, are you ready to delve into the abyss, to illuminate the shadows? Let's dive deeper into this subject and explore some psychological theories that may shed light on this mystery. Think about Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, and his theory of the id, ego, and superego. A theory that paints a vivid picture of the human mind as a battleground where primitive desires, reality, and morality are in constant struggle. Now let's delve into the intricate details of this theory. The id, the most primitive part of our psyche, is the wellspring of our basic instincts and urges. It's all about immediate gratification without any regard for consequences. Imagine a toddler throwing a tantrum for a candy bar. That's the id in action. Then comes the ego, the reality check. It's the part of us that navigates through the world, making decisions based on what's practical and possible. It's like the parent trying to placate the tantrum-throwing toddler with a promise of a candy bar later. Finally, we have the superego, the moral compass. It's the part of us that's concerned with right and wrong, the societal rules and expectations. It's like the grandparent, reminding the toddler of the right time and place for a candy bar. But what happens when there's an imbalance between these three forces? What if the id's desires become too powerful, the ego too weak, or the superego too stringent? According to Freud, this is where evil behaviors can surface. An unchecked id might manifest as violent outbursts, while an overbearing superego could lead to cruel acts of self-righteousness. So, according to Freud, evil might be the result of an internal conflict, but is that all there is to it? Albert Bandura, a well-known psychologist, would disagree with Freud's theory. He proposed the social learning theory. Bandura's theory suggests that we are not simply products of our internal instincts, but also heavily influenced by our environment. It's a fascinating idea, really. Picture a world where behaviors, attitudes, and emotions are learned and not just inborn. This is the world as seen through the lens of the social learning theory. Here, the concept of evil takes on a different hue. It's not just about inherent nature, but also about what we learn from those around us. So, how does this work? Well, Bandura posits that we learn through observation, imitation, and modeling. We watch others around us, their behaviors and their consequences, and we learn. We learn what is acceptable, what is rewarded, and yes, sometimes we learn what is deemed evil. But here's where it gets tricky. If evil behaviors are learned, does that mean they can be unlearned? Could society play a role in not just creating but also correcting these behaviors? Bandura's theory leaves us with these intriguing questions. It's a thought-provoking shift from the psychoanalytic perspective, isn't it? Instead of looking within, we're looking around, at the society that shapes us. From Bandura's perspective, evil might be a product of our environment, but could there be more to it? Now imagine a darker perspective, the dark triad theory. Journey with me into the shadows of human personality, where we encounter the dark triad theory. This theory presents a trio of chilling personality traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Each one in its own way contributes to what we might perceive as evil behaviors. First, narcissism. This is an inflated sense of self-importance, a grandiose love for oneself that leaves little room for empathy. Narcissists are often charming and charismatic, but their self-obsession can lead to manipulative behaviors. Next, Machiavellianism. Named after Niccolò Machiavelli, the Italian diplomat who suggested that the ends justify the means. Individuals with this trait are masters of manipulation, using others as pawns in their strategic games without a shred of remorse. And finally, psychopathy. This is a severe personality disorder characterized by persistent antisocial behavior, impaired empathy, and bold, disinhibited, and egotistical traits. A psychopath lacks remorse, is impulsive, and can even derive pleasure from harming others. These three traits combined can create a potent cocktail of evil. The dark triad theory paints a grim picture of human nature, suggesting that some individuals are predisposed to harm others for their own gain. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? The dark triad theory suggests evil might be a result of certain personality traits. But is there a surprising revelation to all this? So, is evil a product of our inherent nature, learned behavior, or certain personality traits? We've journeyed through the labyrinth of the human psyche, examining theories that have tried to answer this age-old question. We started with the psychoanalytic theory, which suggests that our innate instincts and unresolved childhood conflicts can lead to evil behaviors. Then, we moved on to the social learning theory, which proposes that we learn these behaviors from our environment, just as we learn language or manners. Lastly, we explored the dark triad theory, which implies that certain personality traits, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, can make us more prone to evil actions. But the reality is that human behavior is complex, multifaceted. It's an intricate tapestry woven from countless threads: our genes, our upbringing, our experiences, our choices. These theories, as enlightening as they are, can only offer glimpses into the vast, uncharted territories of the human mind. And here's a surprising revelation. The concept of evil itself might be more subjective than objective, varying across cultures and societies. What one society deems evil, another might consider normal, even virtuous. So our perception of evil is as malleable, as fluid as our ever-evolving understanding of the world around us. As we delve deeper into the human mind, it becomes clear that the nature of evil is as complex as the human psyche itself. Perhaps our understanding of evil is still evolving, just like us. Perhaps you've been mulling over these theories, questioning your own understanding and perspective of evil. Maybe you've found yourself questioning what you've always believed, or perhaps these theories have reinforced your existing views. Whatever the case may be, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the psychology of evil? Do you lean more towards the psychoanalytic theory, the social learning theory, or the dark triad theory? Or do you believe in a combination of these theories, or perhaps something entirely different? Do you think evil is inherent, learned, or a product of certain personality traits? Or do you believe that the concept of evil itself is subjective, varying across cultures and societies? Share your insights, thoughts, and opinions in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can delve deeper into this complex topic, where we can learn from each other, challenge our perspectives, and broaden our understanding. Remember, the journey to understanding the human psyche is an ongoing one, and every perspective adds a valuable piece to this intricate puzzle. So, don't hesitate to share your thoughts. Let your voice be heard. This is your chance to contribute to this fascinating exploration of the human mind. If you found this content valuable, I encourage you to like, subscribe, and share this video. Before we wrap up, we would like to extend an invitation to further your learning and understanding. We have another video that you might find quite interesting. You will learn about how our brains trick us into making irrational decisions. Click on the video thumbnail that's on the screen right now to watch the video. Thanks for watching, and remember, your learning journey doesn't end here.